These long dog days of summer, I mean, we just made it through a heat wave. Mama was parched through this heat wave. I was hitting up Dunkin' every single day, and I will continue to probably for the rest of my days, but especially this summer. Dunkin' is helping everyone stay cool this summer with its lineup of refreshers. These drinks are packed with bold, fruity flavors and served ice cold. It's amazing. Dunkin' refreshers are the perfect afternoon pick-me-up. I like to start my morning with them personally, and then sometimes I go back for a second one because I'm just feeling crazy. They come in a variety of delicious flavors, including fan favorites mango pineapple and strawberry dragon fruit. And then for a limited time, there's black cherry and there's pink pineapple. I'm going to tell you something right now, and it's a bold claim, let me tell you, but I stand behind it. Pink pineapple will change your life. It is so good. It has me feeling like I'm sitting in a pool, resort side, just living, honey. It's so yummy. Try your favorite flavor with green tea, sparkling water, lemonade, or Dunkin's all-new limeade. I haven't tried the limeade yet, but I'm going to. Usually I get my drinks made with green tea and occasionally lemonade, but I do really like the green tea. Or if you don't want to build your own, try one of Dunkin's curated refreshers like the Cherry Lime Ricky or the Ultimate Pink Daydream. The Cherry Lime Ricky, scrumptious. I could drink like 3 of these a day. They're so freaking yummy. Head to Dunkin' today and find your favorite refresher. Dunkin' refreshers contain less than 1% fruit juice. Limited time offer. Every good detective needs a partner to support them on important cases. Think of a State Farm agent like your sidekick, there to help you along the way in your search for coverage. State Farm can help you choose the coverage you need, whether it's for your home, car, boat, or even RV. With so many options, it's nice knowing you have help finding what fits for you so you can get back to solving all of life's bigger cases. Go to statefarm.com or use the award-winning app to connect with a local agent and get a quote. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
This episode is brought to you by SoFi, the all-in-one finance app where you can bank, borrow, and invest. It's time to achieve your financial ambitions. Earn more on your savings with a SoFi Bank high-yield savings account. Ditch your high-interest credit card debt with a SoFi personal loan. Or start investing on an easy-to-use platform with SoFi Invest. Wherever you are on your financial journey, SoFi's got you covered. Learn more at SoFi.com/SXM.
Hey weirdos, I'm Ash.
And I'm Alaina.
And this be morbid.
It's a big old morbid.
It's fucking huge.
And guys, this one is going to be a rough one.
Yeah. Should we tell them what it is?
Yeah, we should.
A lot of people are like, are you still doing this? Because we did announce that we were doing it, and then things got like a little discombobulated.
Yeah, because we released our collab with Horror Soup. Love you, Caleb and Brie. And we released that earlier in the week.
Yep.
And then so it kind of threw off our schedule for doing these.
Right.
So we are still doing right now, this very episode, Robert Ben Rhoades, aka the truck stop killer.
Ooh, truck stop killer. I know nothing about this case.
This case is brutal.
I do hate to break it to you. We have a couple things to talk to you about first.
Sorry about it.
You haven't been cleaning your room lately. The dishwasher's full.
Sorry. Sorry, Mom.
Didn't it sound like I was like, we got a few things to talk to you about?
It did.
Like when your parents
like I was
sit
getting
you down.
scolded.
Yeah.
We're disappointed in you.
No, guys, we actually just want to tell you, if you didn't listen to the Listener Tales episode because you don't like them or like whatever your problem is with the Listener Tales, we did announce that we have an Alabama show coming up.
Huntsville, Alabama, we are coming. We're going to be all up in you.
Whoa, that was one way to put that.
We are.
Roll Tide, baby.
Roll Tide, foots and balls.
Foots and balls, and we're all up in you.
We are.
Gross.
It's going to be
There's
great.
so many euphemisms.
I know.
Okay, well, if you want to check out that show, which I bet you don't now, but you can go to our website, www.morbidpodcast.com. Alaina is a fucking brilliant kebab, and
yes.
you're like a meat stick.
I sure am.
And she put a fucking link to like this link tree that our manager created for us. It's beautiful. All of our shows are right there with links to the tickets. It's fucking so organized.
It's all there. So you just go to morbidpodcast.com and it is all laid out there. And I'll be adding any future date because, you know, we're going to
working
add
on
future
it.
dates, I sure hope. If you guys buy these tickets, we'll add future dates.
Yes, please.
And they'll all be there right on the homepage. So go check that out because we want to see all your faces there.
And we want to sell out because it makes us feel cool.
Come on, Bama. Let's do it.
Bama, baby.
So yeah, definitely do that. And we are going to begin shouting out older Patreons, older Patronuses.
Our OG
Our
Patronus.
OGs next week. We are like putting together, we decided to put together like a little spreadsheet to help us out. To
Yes.
figure out who's been shouted out, who hasn't. And we're starting with the older ones. So next week we're going to start doing that again. So hang tight, older Patronuses. We coming for you. We are also going to be organizing our goodies to send out to you guys for the first of the year, you know, the first month of the year. So,
Oh, you know what we should do? Let's take a little picture tomorrow and post it as like a teaser.
ooh, to let you know what's going to be in your little goodies.
But not everything. Just like a little
Yeah,
teaser.
just a little teaser. So stay tuned for that, Patronuses. And a Patronus bonus will be coming soon. We're just trying to figure out what we want to do for one. And yeah, that's
Without
all the
further
business.
ado.
I think we should get to Robert Ben Rhoades because this dude is a monster. Seems like inadequate.
Why are you bullying murderers?
I know. I'm sorry. I'm gonna bully the shit out of Robert
Yes,
Ben
I
Rhoades. I
actually
just
love
want
when
to
you
put
do that.
that out there, guys. So if that offends you, like, you know, this might not be the one for you. But this is similar. It's not as bad as the Toy Box Killer.
Oh, is it? Is it on
But
the same wavelength?
It's on like it's definitely on like the same continent as that.
Like Toy Box Killer adjacent.
Yeah. And so I just want to put a little trigger warning here. There are going to be mentions of rape.
No.
There's going to be some somewhat detailed explanations of torture and sexual sadism. So if that kind of stuff is something you don't want to hear, you know, maybe you don't want to listen to this one, but I will also, I'm going to try to let you know before I'm going to go into something really gnarly. So maybe you can just hit the skip button.
Trigger warning.
But yeah, I just want to let you know that if, you know, that's not your bag, some people, this is just a little too much. We totally understand, but this is a rough one. So
For all you people that are still here.
let's begin. In the early morning on April 1st, 1990, Officer Mike Miller, who was an Arizona state trooper, noticed a big truck, like a big tractor-trailer truck, you know, a big old truck. It was parked kind of oddly on the curb outside of Interstate 10 in Arizona. This truck has its like hazard lights on.
Okay.
So that indicates that something's wrong.
A hazard.
And to Officer Miller, it indicated that he was likely having some mechanical issues and, you know, perhaps this trucker needed assistance.
And being the policeman he was.
Yeah, he's like, I am helping citizens. So those hazard lights and this trucker's mistake of throwing them on at that moment was probably the thing that saved a woman's life and most likely countless others that would have met a grisly end in
Oh
the
my
future.
God, I'm so happy.
I'm so happy, but you know, bad things happened before this.
But I do love when someone gets saved.
Yeah, and it's like these cops like did the right thing. You know what I mean? Like they followed what they saw. And this guy, and we'll get into this a little further, Robert Ben Rhoades was known to be a very charming and very manipulative serial
Like
killer.
a Bundy deal.
Very much a Bundy deal. And he was also a sexual sadist like Bundy. He was kind of very much like Bundy.
Oh, okay.
And like he couldn't get off without the girl being in horrible amounts of pain and fear either.
Oh.
So yeah,
Lovely.
he's not an awesome guy. And so these police officers did the right thing. They followed like what was actually happening instead of listening to this asshole try to charm them.
Right.
Which they could have. So Officer Miller doesn't see anyone in the truck or around it. So he uses a flashlight and he scans the perimeter of the truck. No one's in the cab and no one's in the nearby woods that he could see. So suddenly, as he passes the cab, he hears some weird noises. And he's like, huh. So he steps up on like the little like footstep thing on the sides of trucks.
Yeah.
And he wants to get a better look. So he flashes his flashlight into the darkness of the sleeper cab section of the truck.
Okay.
And apparently long haul truckers have sleeper cabs that can be like really customized for their like exhausting and nomadic lifestyle.
Like cool ass little bunks.
Yeah, like there's beds back there, there's kitchens, they can put TVs back there.
Oh shit.
Like I had no idea about this until I looked all this up, and
I didn't know that.
if you look at pictures online of some of these like sleeper cabs, they're like badass.
Remember like Pimp My Ride?
Yeah, it's like Pimp My Sleeper Cab.
Pimp My Truck. Pimp My Sleeper
Cab.
Truck.
And some of them are really cool.
I believe you.
So, because if you think about it, long haul truckers, like that's a job.
There's a whole fucking show about that on the Discovery Channel.
There is,
isn't
you're
there?
right. I
Yeah.
think there is, yeah.
I think it's called Long Haul Truckers.
And also, I just want to put out there too, this is going to seem like it's giving truckers like a kind of a bad name, but
this just happens to be a shitty trucker.
Well, and I just want to say, like, the vast, vast majority of long haul truckers are perfectly wonderful human beings who
Yeah.
would never hurt somebody.
Sometimes they even beep if you do that motion at them.
Exactly.
It's great.
It's like
We know you're good people.
I know truckers. We have listeners who are truckers who listen to the show while they're trucking.
I had a
And-
friend who her dad was a
Yeah.
trucker.
So I just want to put out there that I know a lot of really great truckers, but obviously like any line of work, and especially a line of work where you're kind of like nomadic and able to go through different states and stuff pretty unnoticed.
It's easy to be a moira.
It's a little easy if you're a bad person to take advantage of that, and that's what happened here. Well, this particular rig did not have a cool, comfy lounge vibe or anything like that. It wasn't a Pimp My Sleeper Cab situation.
Hashtag Pimp My Sleeper
Well,
Cab.
I guess for Robert Ben Rhoades, it was a Pimp His Sleeper Cab situation.
Oh.
What Officer Miller saw when he illuminated the sleeper section with his flashlight
Was a woman.
was a naked woman
Oh no.
wearing shackles and chained to a wall on the back of the truck. When she saw the police officer, she started screaming at the top of her lungs.
Yeah.
And he could see that she was gagged with something. He just couldn't see what it was at the time. Now, immediately, a man comes out of the darkness of the back of the truck and came into the front of the cab. And behind him, he closed some curtains. These curtains acted as a separation between the front of the truck and the sleeper part. So he closed them behind him like, oh, nothing to see here, officer.
A partition, if you will.
Exactly, like a makeshift wall, like in a dorm room. So as he closed the curtains, he hid the woman behind him, and she's still screaming.
Good.
And immediately, Officer Miller is like, get the fuck out of the truck.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what And so this guy, this trucker, he gets out of the truck without a fight.
Okay.
And in fact, he told the police officer that he had a gun on him. So he
Okay.
was like, he offered the
FYI.
information. In a Tucson Weekly article, the Officer Miller said, quote, he was so smooth, yet that woman was terrified. I didn't know what I had on my hands.
That must be so fucking wild as a police officer.
Right? Because you're like, wait a second.
You
Because
just never know what you're going to wake
and
up and
that's the
see.
thing. Like, this is probably like, I don't know what day of the week this was, but like,
Let's say Tuesday.
just a Tuesday night. And you're just like,
shit.
this is just my Tuesday. And now this whole time, this trucker is telling the officer that this was a consensual, albeit somewhat freaky, shared experience between the two of them.
Then why is she
Everyone's
screaming
cool
so
with it.
loudly?
Well, and he's like, women, bro. She's just crazy. And I don't know, maybe it took it too far, but like, this is consensual as fuck and everything's fine.
And he's like, nah, the screaming indicates non-consensual.
Well, and that's so Officer Mike is like, yeah, I don't think so. But like, something in his brain is also being like, people like different things. Maybe this is like just a consensual thing and they both like this whole like rape scenario and maybe that's just what they like.
Right.
But he's like, I can't just be like, okay, like,
Right.
bye. So Officer Mike really isn't buying this at all. So he handcuffs him behind his back. He puts him in the back of the cop car and he buckles him in the cop car because he's like, you're not going anywhere.
Okay.
Chilling crime cases are mysterious, but finding coverage shouldn't be. With the State Farm Personal Price Plan, you have options and can personalize your plan to help create an affordable price so you can get back to cracking all of life's bigger cases. Talk to a State Farm agent today to learn how you can choose to bundle and save with the Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Head to statefarm.com to get a quote. Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
Hi, Ryan Reynolds here for Mint Mobile. Are you looking for a beach read this summer? May I suggest your big wireless bill? It's got suspense, mystery, a slightly flat, emotional arc, and a shocking twist where you realize you've been overpaying the entire time. Fortunately, though, Mint's story is better. Every plan, $15 a month. Even unlimited. That's it. Happy ending. zero tiers. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/save.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3 months, $90 for 6 months, or $180 for 12-month plan required. $15 per month equivalent. Taxes and fees extra. Initial plan term only. Greater than 50 gigabytes may slow when network is busy. See terms.
So he goes back to the screaming woman.
Good.
This woman has a fucking horse bridle around her neck and a horse bit in her mouth.
What is a horse bit? I'm sorry.
It's what you put in horses' mouths and strap around the back of their heads so that they can communicate with the rider better. Like the rider will pull on it to get them to do certain things.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. You smart.
So yeah, So she had a horse bit in her mouth and bridle, literally strapped around her head.
And she's not a horse, so there's no need to communicate with her that way.
And I can confirm she was not a horse, so this did not make any sense.
Good.
There was a chain attached to this thing around her neck, and it was padlocked.
Oh, good.
She also had bruises and cuts everywhere, some that looked like they had started to heal, which indicated that this was a long experience for her. There were also long whipping lashes all over her chest.
Ouch.
So Officer Miller is trying to calm her down, but she is literally inconsolable.
And she's probably in so much pain.
Oh, she's in complete panic at this point, because at this point she just wants out of there.
Yeah.
This is her moment and she wants
And she's trying to make it fucking
there.
Clear that something has gone awry.
Because can you imagine, you can already hear this dude being like, no, officer, everything's fine. In your head, you're probably like, he's gonna leave me here. He's gonna leave me here, and now I've just screamed to get this guy's attention, so now I'm in trouble.
Knows what's gonna happen.
I can't imagine. So Officer Miller tries to put something around her to cover her naked body.
Oh, sweetheart.
And it always gives me so much comfort when a first responder will do that in these situations. It happened in other cases, like Jessica Chambers.
Yep.
And it's so caring to try to just preserve someone's dignity in these situations. It's nice that will be someone's first thought.
Yeah, I agree with you.
So anywho, this woman is clearly not in a consensual situation.
No.
But she can't be cut down yet because they're trying to find the keys to unlock her.
Oh, and so I bet they're with the fucking dude.
Well, so she's literally losing her shit. Just panic, just anguish.
And she probably can't talk, I bet.
She can't talk. It's in her mouth, it's gagging her, literally,
right.
Probably ripping up her mouth. They said she had blood around her mouth, so it was obviously tearing at the sides of her mouth.
Oh my God, ow.
And she's just screaming, and they're like, we're gonna get you out of here, I promise, but we don't have anything to break this right now.
Right.
So he goes back to the car after radioing for backup, and he discovered that the trucker had got his handcuffed hands in front of him now and has managed to unbuckle his seatbelt in an attempt to leave the car.
Holy shit.
Yeah. So Officer Miller is like, no way, fuck ass, and fixes that situation. He's like, oh no.
I wonder how he even did that.
Well, and he said later, he was like, all I thought of later was, what if I'd stayed in the cab with her for a couple more minutes and he had gotten out of there, killed me, got back in that car, and we never
just drove right off.
He was like, that could have been the end.
Holy
and it would have
shit.
just, yeah. So now, so he then checks this trucker's pockets and boom, finds the keys.
I knew they were with him.
They also found out that this guy's name was Robert Ben Rhoades.
Okay.
By now, Officer Robert Gygax of the Casa Grande Police Department had arrived as his backup. Officer Miller gave the keys to him while he stayed with Rhoades, who tried to escape, from Witch Mountain. And Officer Gygax unshackles the woman, who we're going to call Miranda, because I've seen different names for her, and most of these things are like, this is not her real name. So I don't think she wants to be named. I decided to call her Miranda.
I like that.
I just like that name. They brought her to the Casa Grande police station, and they talked to her about this experience with this monster.
Jesus Christ.
She was able to provide a lot of information to the person interviewing her, which was Detective Rick Barnhart. She said she had been hitchhiking. Rhoades picked her up at a truck stop somewhere north of Phoenix. She said he was super charming, very sweet, not threatening at all when she met him. Mm-hmm. She even felt so comfortable that she fell asleep while they were driving.
That says something.
And that's when shit changed.
Right.
He suddenly stopped the truck, dragged her into the sleeper cab, and shackled her immediately.
Oh my God.
Like ripped off her clothes and shackled her.
Oh God.
This is when the torture began.
Oh.
He had a, and again, little trigger warning. We're going to talk about some like rapey things. He had a rape kit.
Oh.
Which is a common thing that perverted maggot mounds carry with them, like Ted Bundy. Mm-hmm. Sexual sadists usually start out with like kind of a crude kit. Mm-hmm. And then as they do these things longer and longer, you see that their kit becomes more and more like refined.
Ew, I
we'll
hate that
say.
it's called like a kit, like he like needs it
Yeah,
for work.
like, and it was literally in a briefcase. So this is like his work.
The fuck?
And this is such a thing with these sexual sadists, guys, because they take they take pride in their kit.
I really just have to point out, like, so quickly, because I can't stop thinking about it, how ironic it is that he's a trucker and his last name is Rhoades.
Oh, I know.
I just really wanted to say that.
It honestly, it made for really good, like, true crime books about him.
Yeah.
Like the road to this or something
Right.
like that. But yeah. So Rhoades had a very well kept rape kit, which indicated that he had done this for quite some time.
Yeah, he's like prepared and shit.
Yeah. And it was in a briefcase, like I said, and it was full of horrifying items. According to the Tucson Weekly article, Detective Barnhart said, quote, "He took good care of the contents of that briefcase. There were alligator clips, leashes, handcuffs, whips, pins, and dildos.
Pins?
It was just very well cared for, and everything was placed neatly. I knew I had a serial rapist because of all of that, and I suspected he might have also killed someone."
Wow.
And yes, pins, because one of the things he liked to do that we'll mention later is he liked to just stick pins in his victims over and over. And again, this is rough. Most of the time he liked to stick them in the breast area, the nipples, and the groin and vagina. Yes. And he also used fish hooks. Yes. He had tortured Miranda endlessly for hours with this kit.
Oh my God.
Rhoades had told her once he began his torture that he was called Whips and Chains. This was also his CB radio handle on the
Okay,
road.
Rihanna.
Like, "Hey, I'm Whips and Chains." She said he informed her that he got off on pain and torture and that he had, quote, "been doing this for 15 years.
15 years?
Yep. Also, when I heard that his CB radio handle was Whips and Chains, I just thought of Joyride, that movie that is so underrated, guys.
Can we watch that soon?
R.I.P. Paul Walker.
R.I.P.
That was like one of my favorite movies. Go watch Joyride if you haven't. Candy cane.
Candy cane.
So good. All right, so it was noted in photos taken of her injuries that, again, this is rough, her nipples and labia had been punctured with something sharp.
Ow.
And they asked her, "Have you been raped?" And she was very, like, hesitant to say, which I understand. Like, that's common. Like, it's hard to say, "Yes, I've been raped."
Yeah.
And she kind of said, like, "Yeah, I like, not really." Like, she just kind of like hesitated to say it. But by looking at the evidence photos of her
She clearly
injuries, they
had
were
been.
like, she was definitely raped in some capacity. I think she was just too in shock and too traumatized.
Maybe embarrassed or...
Yeah, and just, it's, I
Not
can't
that
imagine.
you should be embarrassed, but there's
No,
so
but
many
there's such a feeling of
feelings.
shame that comes with it, like,
Right.
innately, you know. So they understood why she didn't come out with it.
Right.
Now, when they went to speak to Rhoades, it was around 3 a.m., and they couldn't imagine what they were going to discover. But let's take it back, shall we?
Fuck you.
Robert Ben Rhoades is thought to have killed at least 50 women,
50?
but people also think it could be up in the hundreds.
I mean, yeah.
He only confessed to 3 murders.
Really?
The FBI says that they have good reason to say that while he was active, he had killed up to 3 women a month.
Wow.
And he was active from 1975 to 1990.
That's literally like one a week and like maybe a week off.
Yeah, exactly. Now, he was born November 22nd, 1945 in Council Bluffs, Iowa.
I think that makes him a Scorpio.
There's not a lot known about his younger life, like, which I guess is a good thing because
I'm like,
who the fuck
was it
cares?
really fucked up though?
It wasn't.
Really?
Well, yes.
Okay.
There's a fucked up part that makes you be
Okay.
like, okay, what else was happening here? But like, by all accounts, it was a pretty
Typical.
normal childhood for the most part.
Okay. I mean, there's always something.
Yeah, I mean, there's a big something
9 out
here.
of 10 times
Yeah.
there's typically something.
I think there's more hidden behind the veil here.
Ah.
So he was raised mostly by his mother, Faye Rhoades. He was one of 4 siblings. He was the second oldest. He had a, pretty standard upbringing. Mm-hmm. He was popular in high school, no problems. Played football, was into wrestling, French club and Glee club.
Oh.
So,
Glee,
Yeah, Glee club. Robert Ben
He
Rhoades
sang
in Glee.
S&M by
Yeah,
Rihanna.
he did. He totally did.
That was funny.
Before it was even a thing.
Har har.
When he was 12 years old, his father, Ben Rhoades, came home from overseas active military duty. He was a firefighter, his father was.
Yeah.
At 16 years old, Robert was arrested for tampering with a vehicle. That same year, he was arrested for fighting. So all was not perfect.
Okay.
1964, around age 18 or 19, he entered the Marines. This is when the normal childhood shit, like, goes awry.
Okay.
That same year, in 1964, his father, Ben Rhoades, was arrested on charges of pedophilia.
Okay.
He was charged with raping a 12-year-old girl.
Oh.
Ben Rhoades was fired from the Council Bluffs Fire Department. He received a suspended sentence. He went out on parole. Then a second girl came forward.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. That's when a municipal court judge put out a warrant for his arrest. And 2 days later, he was found dead from a self-inflicted gunshot wound to the head in Fairmount Park.
What a pussy way out.
So he didn't even get to be charged or arrested for it. None of that. He didn't get to face the music.
What a straight up puss.
Yeah, that's a big puss. Later in life, Ben said his father was violent and gave the impression that he may have been the victim of his father's sexual abuse, but never comes out and says it.
Okay.
And it seemed like later he was definitely violent. He definitely wasn't like a really good dad.
Yeah.
So, but not a lot has come out about this.
Right.
But psychologists have looked at what he did to these women and have like postured that maybe he was like switching the roles a little bit, because you will find out later that he did things like he cut their hair really short and stuff.
Oh.
Almost making them look like boyish.
Yeah.
And so it seems like maybe he's like taking back the power that was
Okay.
maybe taken from him when he was younger.
Sure.
And making them into like versions of himself.
Oh,
almost.
okay.
But that's like a deep psychology kind of like dive into it.
That's like my favorite part of true crime.
I love that stuff.
Yeah.
If I can find some of the articles that I was looking at in the psychology journals about this, I'll definitely post them so people can look, because it's
Sweet.
interesting.
Cool.
He was dishonorably discharged from the army after he committed armed robbery.
Oh.
Robert was.
Okay.
He tried to do some college, but he ended up dropping out.
Samesies.
He tried to be a cop. He didn't get,
samesies
but he
for
didn't get
you.
hired. Samesies. This is not good. He moved back to Council Bluffs. He got married and had one son.
Oh no.
Yeah. Luckily, he didn't seem to have a whole lot to do with his child, and that's probably
That's
in the
good.
child's best interest.
Yeah. It's a bummer, but also great.
Yeah. So he became a long-haul truck driver after attempting to work different things like supermarkets, restaurants, like just like any kind of job. He was super into the swinger and BDSM scene.
Okay, live your life.
And live your life.
You should have just kept it there, bro.
And it's like, and he used the name Whips and Chains as his like BDSM name.
Cool.
And he liked, but the thing was that bothers me, because it's like, live your life, do what you want. But he tried to like force his wives into it, and his wives were not into it.
Yeah, if you're not into it,
Yeah.
it's not allowed.
It's like, that's not okay.
Right.
So,
Consent.
yeah, exactly. So people like on the road when he became a truck driver, they thought he like got a reputation for being kind of creepy.
Okay.
Like sex workers and like swingers clubs, even like that he frequented, were like, yeah, no, like this dude's weird.
He was like
something's
too
off.
aggressive, it seems.
Yeah, it's like there was just something off about him.
Sure.
Once they got to know him, they said initially he came off as this like very charming, very sweet, like when he was younger, he was like relatively good looking, you know what I mean? Like he was a very unassuming.
Right. But then it got uncomfortable.
Well, and even other truckers stayed away from him because they were like, yeah, I don't know, something's off there.
And that says something.
And then rumors began to circulate among like, hitchhikers and sex workers and like what truckers referred to as lot lizards, which were any women that were around truck stops, basically. Like,
that's a horrible name.
isn't that a horrible
You're
name?
a lot lizard?
Yeah, a lot lizard.
Like, I'm chilling. Fuck
Yeah.
off. There's a Starbucks in there.
I'm chilling. So rumors started circulating among them that he possibly had like a sex dungeon in his truck, like the cab. And they were right.
Correct.
Like we said, he took that Whips and Chains nickname and he used it as his CB handle. And he also was known as Dusty. That was his other CB handle.
I'm a dusty whip and chain.
Which I think is just like...
That's yuckas.
Like you think of Joyride, it's like Candy Cane.
Yeah.
I don't even know what the other ones are.
I wouldn't
can't
want
remember.
I'm sorry if your
Rusty
nickname
Nail.
is Dusty, but
Rusty Nail.
I wouldn't want my nickname to be Dusty.
But Dusty is probably like one of the like super chill ones. Like
Yeah.
Joyride, it was like Rusty Nail.
I would love for my
Mama's
nickname to
boy.
be Rusty Nail. That's fucking
Rusty
like
Nail.
I'm gonna give you tetanus.
Give you tetanus.
Stay away
Rusty
from
Nail.
me. Leave me alone. I'll give you tetanus.
A rusty nail. So in 1972, he divorced his first wife.
Bummer.
He married 2 more times.
Oh shit.
So
Also bummer.
if you didn't know who he was, you'd be like, he's just looking for love.
Yeah.
But no, he was just a dick.
Hi, Ryan Reynolds here for Mint Mobile. Are you looking for a beach read this summer? May I suggest your big wireless bill? It's got suspense, mystery, a slightly flat emotional arc, and a shocking twist where you realize you've been overpaying the entire time. Fortunately, though, Mint's story is better. Every plan, $15 a month. Even unlimited. That's it. Happy ending. Zero tears. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/save.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3 months, $90 for 6 months, or $180 for 12-month plan required. $15 per month equivalent. Taxes and fees extra. Initial plan term only. Greater than 50 gigabytes may slow when network is busy. See terms.
All of his wives said he was a manipulative asshole.
Great.
Like, that's why he was just blowing through them.
Aw, sham.
He had a very unique truck. It was this like white, like very pristine truck. It was a sleeper cab because, again, he was a long haul trucker, but he had converted it into exactly what he needed. Mm-hmm. He needed a mobile torture chamber.
Who doesn't?
Like,
Am I right?
I mean, don't we all?
Yeah.
But we can't all have it. It was like the toy box killer situation where he personalized the truck to hold women for weeks at a time.
Oh,
to be
God.
assaulted and tortured before eventually being murdered and dumped.
That's horrible.
Yes. So there was a GQ magazine article written by a woman named Vanessa Veselka. Vanessa Veselka, that's her name. So in 1985, Vanessa was a young girl hitchhiking across country. Mm-hmm. She remembers now that she was sitting in a truck waiting for the trucker who had initially picked her up to pay for gas. She noticed commotion near a dumpster and discovered that people had found a deceased body of a young teenage girl in it as she was there.
Spook.
So there was all this craziness. The police showed up. Somebody around her said it was a young teen girl who was murdered while hitchhiking.
Oh, jeez.
So immediately Vanessa is like, fuck, what if this trucker that picked me up is the guy who did it? Like, we don't know.
Yeah, you don't know.
But inexplicably, she decided that was crazy and she just stuck with him.
Oh.
Now, despite what you're like, oh shit, what happened? It turned out to be a very nice trip for her.
Okay, good.
She's in the truck. This trucker was not Ben Rhoades.
Oh, okay.
She said they drank Diet Cokes. They listened to Bruce Springsteen. They ate snacks all the way to Ohio. She told GQ magazine that she was pleasantly surprised that he didn't even try to have sex with her.
That's always a pleasant
Which
surprise.
I'm like, what a world.
Wow.
That you're like,
He didn't even try to do it.
This Prince Charming did not even try to rape me.
Everybody has standards, Alaina.
What a guy. So that's really sad that's like, wow, geez, pleasantly surprised. So days later, after she was dropped off from that nice experience, she was picked up on I-95 in Carolina, and she was hitchhiking again.
No.
This guy was tall, built, and very clean cut. He wore a button-down shirt that was rolled up over his very toned biceps.
Was it Ben Rhoades?
And he just really didn't fit the trucker description.
It was Ben Rhoades, wasn't it?
It was totally Ben Rhoades.
Thank you.
She also noted that the cab of his truck was extraordinarily clean.
Okay.
I feel like poor truckers are getting a badass rep as like messy monsters here, but like,
Well, I mean, you're like fucking busy.
but like they're long haul truckers. They got a lot. They're exhausted.
I'm long hauling.
I'm sure there's not a lot of time to like pristinely clean your cab.
Well, I
but
mean,
apparently
if
when
Ben
you're-
Rhoades could do it,
yeah, I mean Ben Rhoades apparently is multitasking.
setting standards.
So initially he was very charming and nice. He gave her no indication of threatening behavior. Mm-hmm. While driving, suddenly his demeanor changed.
Awesome.
Like, as soon as he picked her up, he was like, hey, girl, get back in this car. It's fine.
I got
Everything's
that Coke
cool.
for you.
Like, let's just hang out. It's going to be fine. And then as soon as they started driving and, like, the doors are locked and everything's in, he's like, all of a sudden, he suddenly stopped answering questions.
Oh.
And just had a look in his eye that frightened her. So he brought up the woman who had been found dead in the dumpster.
Oh.
And what she had said about the first trucker, the nice one, was that they didn't speak of that girl at all.
Because he probably was like, I'm not going to kill you, and we don't need to talk about somebody that died while hitchhiking while you're hitchhiking.
Exactly. So he was probably trying to be respectful and be like, I'm not going to freak this girl out by
Right.
being like, so about that murdered hitchhiking teen that they just found in a dumpster.
Meanwhile, Ben Rhoades is like, so about that murdered.
Ben Rhoades is a fucking turd.
Well, he's a sadist.
He brings up the woman and she's like, oh, okay. And then he says, do you know about the Laughing Death Society? We laugh at death.
I mean, how fitting.
Like, fucking dork. You know about the Laughing Death Society?
We laugh at death.
I'd be like,
who the funk?
I'd be like, that's dumb. That's dumb as fuck.
And then he would have just murdered you.
Like, you're dumb. So they pull over in a wooded area.
No
Where he
thanks.
suddenly pulls out a knife and he tried to force her into the cab of the truck.
Oh, God.
Now, according to the GQ article, written in her words, she said she repeatedly tried to tell, and this is smart, she repeatedly tried to tell him, this is your choice. Like, she kept saying it, this is your choice. You're choosing this.
That is really smart.
And she said, you don't have to do this, but this is your choice.
Yep.
I won't go to the police if you don't hurt me, but this is your choice. She kept repeating that. And then she said he looked at her and just said, run.
Oh, haha.
I know.
I got me
even
a
I just
chill
got
up my
chills.
damn spine and then right
Ooh.
down my damn spine.
I just got chills saying that. He
Ooh.
literally, she
also,
said,
if somebody told me to run, I'd be like, well, I need to know if you're going to chase me because should I set a pace or like,
should
I'm
I
kind
sprint
of fat.
right out the gate? Or
Like,
should
I get shin splints pretty easily.
Is this like a 300-meter dash or are we running a marathon?
Like, how far?
I mean,
Is there a landmark where I could stop?
Should I use some of those gel packs that people use that just like get a burst of energy?
Do you have any Dr. Scholl's in the back?
It's like, no. He
No?
just said,
Okay, I'll just go.
He just said, run.
Oh, hey.
And she ran.
Because I'd be like, do you want to chase
She
me?
said she did not even think twice. She just fucking ran.
She was like, and I ran. I ran so far away.
And
Did she get away?
This is why we can laugh about this. She got away.
Okay.
She escaped and ran into the woods where she hid until she saw him pull away.
Oh, man.
Which, first, I mean, we are joking because this was a happy ending, obviously. But that's traumatizing as fuck.
Yeah.
But
do you
like,
think she ever hitchhiked again?
I don't know, actually.
I want to know.
But actually, you know what? She did, because she said she waited until he pulled away, and then she had to hitchhike again. She walked back onto the road and had to do it again.
Wow.
So, I mean, I don't know if she got into another truck.
Yeah.
But maybe. But either way, like, in the GQ article, which I'll post in the show notes, is so amazing. It's so well researched. I mean, she goes into all the other things about this case. She did a lot of research. She talked to FBI agents, like,
because she fucking
Vanessa,
was with this dude.
She did the damn thing.
That's wild.
And she's a badass survivor.
All right, tell me more.
So in the late 1980s, an 18-year-old girl, this one's real rough. So
Okay.
just putting that out there.
Okay.
She does live, though.
Okay.
I want to put that out there.
Thank you.
18-year-old girl kind of had the same situation. Her name was Shauna Holtz. She asked Robert Ben Rhoades for a ride.
Yep.
On the road, she said she fell asleep, and this is when he pulled off into a secluded area.
Uh-huh.
She woke up and started panicking because she was like, what the fuck? And he hit her in the head and then dragged her at gunpoint into the back of the sleeper cab.
Oh, my God.
He shackled her hands and legs. He spread them, spread eagle, to chains hanging from a bar on the ceiling.
Oh.
He stripped off her clothing and forced a horse's bit into her mouth and around her head and neck, the horse bridle. He tortured her for weeks.
Oh, my God.
She was almost naked the entire time, and he would stick her with pins all over.
Ow.
Used fish hooks to suspend her and pierce her with them.
Ow.
He would shackle her to the side of the truck in the standing position for hours and just periodically whip her with a legitimate whip.
Jesus Christ.
After he got off from her terror and pain, like after he ejaculated from this, he would let her sleep only to wake her up and violently rape her.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And she's an 18-year-old girl.
This is like the shit that you see on Criminal Minds, and it's so hard to wrap your brain around the fact that this happens.
Oh yeah.
Like, this isn't just like
This is
someone's
real
dark
life.
corner of like their brain where like they're storytelling.
Nope.
This shit happens.
This is real life. These are things that people are living with right now.
And it's horrible that it's so hard for me to wrap my brain around the fact that like a human can do that to a human.
It's so hard to wrap your brain around that.
Like, it's a totally different kind of human.
It is. It's not even a human.
No.
Ugh. Well, and it gets worse. To go to the bathroom, he would go somewhere secluded, like when she had to go to the bathroom.
Right.
And he would bring her out naked on all fours and a leash and collar.
Oh my God.
And he made her go to the bathroom in the all fours position like a dog.
Oh my God.
After almost a month of this, he took her to his apartment suddenly in Houston.
Oh God, that
where
would be horrifying.
This is weird, where he let her bathe and eat, and then he raped her.
Uh-huh.
He then took her back to the truck, and he left her in the truck unshackled, telling her, be a good girl. And then he went to do something, like at like a local brewery for work.
Okay.
He was, to me, because she was like, what the fuck? Because there's also stories where it's like, oh, she got out of her shackles because he didn't like close them all the way.
Right.
But she says that's not the case. He didn't shackle me. He just told me, be a good girl. So to me, he was hoping that he had instilled so much fear in her
That she
and
wouldn't
that he
try
had
to run
broken
away.
her, that she would willingly stay unshackled just out of pure fear.
Uh-huh.
Like he thought he had that much domination over her that he could just go be a good girl and she'd just stay there.
Right.
Well, she ran like a bad bitch.
Yeah, good.
She went straight to the police, brought them straight back to the truck.
Oh my God. Wait, she brought them back to the
yeah.
truck?
She was like, here's the truck.
What?
Like, here it is. Well, yeah.
No. I'm saying like good for her, but like the
I was
police
like-
saw the truck and like
Yeah.
there's still more after this?
Oh, yeah.
So you're like, yeah, duh. She showed them.
I'm like, yeah, she showed him the
I'm like,
truck.
no, I get that.
But when it came down to charges, she wouldn't press charges because they said she wouldn't even look at him. She was looking down at the ground while they were standing there.
It must have been so scary.
She wouldn't identify him, and she said she was so terrified that even the police wouldn't even be able to save her. She said there wasn't enough police around. He was gonna, like, he would have taken me again.
Oh my God.
And she was like, I just said, like, I don't know. And so, and later she was like, no, fuck you, that was him. Like,
right.
So the police didn't press it.
But also she's 18 years old.
And they didn't
like...
search the truck. Oh. So she was like, nope, I'm mistaken. And they're like, all right. And she's, an
But she got
18-year-old
away.
hitchhiker. So they're like, what? It's her word against his.
Oh, that's like heartbreaking.
But she got away, but he was free to kill.
Right. And now he's pissed off, I bet.
Exactly. So November 1989, he's 44 years old at this point.
Uh-huh.
He killed for the first known time.
Okay.
This is the first
Like
time that he admits
documented.
to. Yeah.
Sure.
But they think he began in 1975.
Okay.
So this is when they think he picked up 24-year-old Candace Walsh and Douglas Zykowski.
Oh,
they were newlyweds.
Okay.
They had just left Seattle in November, and they were hitchhiking to Georgia, where they were going to do some like missionary work and like Christian missionary work.
They're pure AF.
They are pure AF. That's when Rhoades picked them up in Texas.
Okay.
He killed Douglas immediately.
Oh, wow.
Which he does in the two instances that we know of him killing. We know he dispatches the man right away because they're just
so
an
sad.
obstacle at this point. They're like, all right, I'm assuming he like probably shoots them, and then that's it.
I can't imagine how horrible, because then you're like, oh my God, what is going to happen to me?
Imagine the fear and like just feeling of hopelessness.
Yeah,
and
that's your
helplessness.
human.
Yeah.
You just got married.
You just got married. And so he killed him immediately. He dumped him along Interstate 10 in Ozona, Texas. He was found pretty quickly in Texas, but he wasn't identified until 1992.
Oh, wow.
Candace was kept for 7 days.
Oh.
She was tortured. She was raped repeatedly. And he killed her by shooting her multiple times and then dumped her in Millard County, Utah.
Oh, my goodness.
Her body was found in October 1990 in central Utah by deer hunters. Oh. Can you imagine?
No.
Like, whenever I hear of that, I'm like, damn. But she was not officially identified until 2003.
Oh, wow.
And they had to use dental records.
Oh.
So one of the people that worked on this case said, quote, her body was found months later, so she was probably kept alive for a while.
Okay.
Now, by this time, his fourth wife, Debra, who he married in February of 1990, says that she met him during this time. When she met him, he was dressed as an airline pilot. And
What?
it took like a long time for him to admit that he was not an airline
That's
pilot.
like that movie with Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh, Catch Me If You Can.
Yeah.
Yes, that's
Like, what?
exactly it. He tried to bring her into the BDSM stuff. She
was like,
wasn't
"No,
into
thank
it.
you. I'm busy that day.
In fact, she said at one time at like some swingers party, he brought her into a room where he had drugged an unconscious young woman who was lying on the bed. And then he proceeded to rape this young woman in front of his wife.
Oh.
So after that, that's when Debra was like,
I'd like a divorce.
this is a little weird. I don't know if I'm into this. At this point, sex workers, hitchhikers, they were banding together because there was just all these missing women and dead women turning up. A lot of them were getting they were seeing other people get into his truck, and then they would never see them again.
Oh, no.
So now they were like looking out and being like, yeah, we're not getting in his truck.
Oh, okay.
So April 1st, 1991, this is when things came to a crashing halt, but also when the horrors came into better focus. So that's when they discovered Miranda in the back of his truck from the beginning. So after he had been interrogated, after being caught with Miranda screaming in a sleeper cab, Officers were able to secure a warrant to search his apartment in Houston on April 6th. They found women's makeup, women's clothing. They found bondage porn and paraphernalia. They found all kinds of weird tools that looked like torture tools, white towels everywhere. One was saturated with blood.
Ooh.
I found in several sources that there was a Santana album poster on the wall that looks like a lion, but when you look closer, it's just a bunch of faces screaming in pain.
Oh.
And knowing what kind of sexual sadist he is, that's just like really unsettling.
That is very unsettling.
And it's in a lot of different sources, so I think it's just one of those things that's just like, ugh. It just
Yucky.
gives you the heebs.
That's like a very good like movie thing.
It is.
Like that'd be like good in a movie.
That reminds me of like a Buffalo Bill kind of thing. Yeah. The most unsettling thing they found, however, was photographs.
Oh.
These were photos of a very young girl, like in her early teens.
Oh.
She had short, dark hair, and she looked terrified and was crying in most photos. Some photos she was in various stages of undress. In some she was nude. She was also shackled up and restrained in every photo. She also always had a choke chain around her neck with a place for a leash to clip on. This is when agents realized she was with him for a long period of time, because Rhoades' signature thing he did was cut the hair on the head and also shave the pubic hair.
Oh.
Whenever he kept someone, like Shauna, those people, they always had their hair cut and pubic hair shaved.
That's so awful.
These photos showed that there was regrowth in various photos, and that meant it was weeks of torture for this young girl. There were also bruises specifically around her breasts that could be seen fading in the series of photos over time.
Oh my God.
Rhoades had been sentenced to 6 years for the kidnapping of Miranda at this point.
That's it?
Yes, but don't worry.
I'm not, but like, damn.
I'm not.
Do you only get 6 years for kidnapping somebody?
That's,
like,
what
that's
the fuck
ridiculous.
is
wrong with the judicial system?
Judicial system.
Me, I'm wrong.
In 1992, a farmer in Illinois was doing a thorough search of a decaying old barn in a huge field. It was one of his properties. And he was planning to have it demolished, so he wanted to make sure there was nothing in it before he did that.
And guess what? There was.
He went up in the loft and found a young woman dead.
Oh.
This woman was 14-year-old Regina K. Walters.
So young.
She had been strangled with baling wire that was attached to a wooden beam like a garrote.
Ooh.
She was strangled far past the point of death. Walters had been reported missing when she was last seen in Pasadena, Texas in February of 1990. She had been hitching with her boyfriend, Ricky Lee Jones. They were trying to run away together to Mexico.
Oh.
And they had taken a ride from Robert Ben Rhoades.
Right, and it didn't go well.
Detectives thought back to the photos they found in Rhoades' possession at his apartment. The ones of the young girl with the short hair and
Did
in
they
terror.
think it's her?
She looked like Regina Walters, but Regina had long, thick hair, and this woman had short, cropped hair. So detectives showed one of the photos to her father, like one of the ones that they covered
so
things
horrible.
and made sure it wasn't horrible. Detectives showed one to her father, and he said that's definitely her.
So he had kept her for so long that her hair had grown back.
Yeah.
And what did you say? She was 14 when she was found?
The thing was, her hair was still cropped short when she was found, but Regina K. Walters had long hair.
Okay.
So they were like, is this her? Because
Okay.
this doesn't look like her. He was able to specifically point to birthmarks on her neck to prove that was her.
Oh my
God.
God.
That the girl found in the barn and the girl in the photos was Regina.
And that's probably when they kind of figured out that was like something he did. Is,
Yeah.
like cut the hair.
Yeah, because now they're seeing a pattern.
Oh.
So now they know that the woman who they found murdered in the barn in Illinois is Regina K. Walters, and this is now confirmed to be the woman in terror in his photos. Apparently, he
God.
had called Regina's father
What?
anonymously to taunt him about her over a month after she went missing. He called him and said, quote, "I made some changes. I cut her hair."
Oh my God.
Can you imagine?
No.
He then told him she's in a barn, in a loft in a barn. And when her father asked if she was okay, he just hung up the phone.
That makes me want to cry.
He also called her mother and asked, and at one point asked her to meet him somewhere, and she showed up and he never showed up. And kept calling them and taunting them about her.
Ugh. I mean, obviously murder in and of itself is the most
It's,
horrific thing
honestly,
ever, but there's almost something more horrific about when they call the family.
Because these parents have a missing child.
You are the devil.
And this man is calling saying, "I have your child, and here's her name, here's who she is." He knows who she is. So you're sitting there being like, "What's happening to her?" And I don't know who this person is.
Oh my God.
Yeah. These calls were traced and checked against Rhoades' trucking logs, and they matched the areas.
Right.
Later, they would discover Regina's journal was in Rhoades' possession.
Oh.
It had the name and number for her father, and this is what Rhoades used to call them.
Oh, my God.
But what really sealed the deal was an infamous series of photos that can be found online. This is actually what made me think of this case. The photos show Regina in and around the barn that she was found dead in. She's wearing a black dress.
Is that the one that we posted?
Yeah, that's the one that I showed you too. She's wearing black heels that are too big for her. Short cropped hair. She also has a choke chain around her neck, and she looks terrified.
Yeah, she does.
And is often shown holding her arms out like in a defensive position to keep her away from him. These photos were taken right in the moments before she was murdered.
Oh, my God.
So experts compared these photos with those from the crime scene in Illinois and were able to conclude it was the same barn. There was also one of the experts in this case was saying, these guys often tell their victims what's going to happen to them. And I'm sure in those photos, she was being told what was going to happen to her.
Oh,
and that's why her face is in such despair.
Putting yourself there,
It's the worst part about these photos. And, if you look them up, you'll see in the barn, first of all, it's broad daylight.
Yeah. Yeah.
And second of all, you can see houses in the background.
Oh, my God.
And you just want to yell at her, run. Just run.
Yeah. She might have tried.
I think she was probably too traumatized and scared.
And, weak.
And too weak.
Yeah.
And 3, he might have had a gun.
Right.
But it's I just want to yell at her, just run.
And I don't mean weak, she was, too weak to... I mean, she probably wasn't eating and stuff like that.
Down over weeks.
Right.
Yeah, that's...
I didn't want anybody to misconstrue
that she was a weak person.
Yeah, that's not what I meant.
But no, it's it's just you see, just hope behind her, you know what I mean, in the picture, and you're just I want you to run.
The broad daylight is it's
daylight.
It's so
and
scary.
To think of that horror happening
in daylight.
I think I don't know if I was listening to a podcast about this or if I read an article, but somebody was saying that they couldn't stop thinking of the people in those houses just living their lives. Yeah, without knowing,
making lunch or
without knowing this, and Regina sitting there maybe seeing those houses and being those people are just living.
Right. I'm about to die.
I'm about to lose my life.
In the most horrific way ever. Oh, God. This is so sad. It makes me want to cry.
It's a lot. So her boyfriend, Ricky Lee Jones, was killed almost immediately like Douglas.
Right.
Not a lot is known about him or Regina, really, but everyone knew that they were hopelessly in love and they were planning to run away together because young love is very overwhelming and dramatic. So what they found was that he had cut her hair on her head and shaved the pubic hair of all his victims. Once they made these connections through all the victims, they notified Illinois to inform them, we have this connection.
Look for this, right?
So in early 1992, Illinois state attorney was finally sure, let's do this.
Right.
So he was basically convinced to take a plea deal, Robert Ben Rhoades was, and agreed to plead guilty for the murder of Regina.
Sure.
He was sentenced to life without the possibility of parole.
Thank God.
So they analyzed his truck logs, and the FBI put them against skeletonized bodies of women found along the routes. Mm-hmm. He traveled across the country. He hit states like California, Washington, Oregon, Arizona, New Mexico, Utah, Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Kentucky, Illinois, Indiana, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Georgia, Florida. And those are just some of the states he hit.
And that's crazy because you think California on literally the opposite side of the world and then Florida right there. Or not the world, the country I meant.
The country.
Yeah.
Well, and it's he hit all of those states and more.
That's
he
so scary.
He could have been
everywhere.
killing in every state. And there are bodies in all those states and missing women. So today they're still trying to connect him to these, but many of these missing women and murdered women have been attributed to him.
Wow.
But most of the families didn't want to go through trials because he was already in jail forever and they just didn't want the pain.
That's awful to have to go through.
He's in jail without the possibility of parole. Why am I going to put our whole family through this pain again? Let's just let him rot. Mm-hmm. So they think he killed, like I said earlier, between 1975 and 1990. He could be pretty prolific if they can attach more to him. In 2005, he was brought back to Utah to face charges for the murders of Douglas and Candace, the newlyweds.
Sure.
But after a year there, he was brought back to Illinois in 2006 and then extradited to Texas, where they were able to try him for all the murders together instead of making Candace and Douglas's family go through multiple trials in multiple states. So in 2012, on March 30th, he was sentenced to a second life term for her murder.
Wow, good.
In exchange for them not seeking the death penalty because they could have. So he will literally never get out of jail because even if for some crazy reason Illinois let him out of prison, Texas would imprison him for life again.
Right.
He's currently in the Menard Correctional Center in Chester, Illinois. So this is just a crazy story. Another survivor found out that she survived a ride with him by seeing one of the photos he took of her way later in life on Facebook.
What?
So the photo was circulating online asking who she was.
Did she not remember?
They were trying to identify. Well, nothing crazy happened to her. She just took a ride from him.
Oh, okay.
In 2005, she was like, "Oh shit, that's me." So her name is Pamela Milliken. She was the woman in the photo that circulated around Facebook, and actually, survivor Vanessa Veselka was shown this photo by an FBI agent while she was researching to do that GQ article.
So it was just like a casual photo?
Yeah, well, they were like, here's a photo we found in his possession.
Right.
And the photo is innocuous by itself. It was found on the roll after Regina K. Walters' photos. In it, it's just Milliken in the truck passenger seat, and she's like lightly smiling, and her eyes are kind of like
She's probably
tired
just like,
and
this
sleepy.
is fucking weird.
Yeah, and she just kind of looks like, okay. She said she had been hitchhiking to visit her brother in Winnipeg, and Rhoades picked her up. She said she handed her bag to him while she hopped up. She said he was very friendly, very unassuming. The only weird thing he explained away pretty neatly. So just as Milliken was turning around to climb up into the passenger seat, she says the driver took her photo. And she said, "What did you do that for?" And he said, "Well, I'm going to take your pic. If you rip me off, I can tell the cops that you stole from me." So she was like, okay. Like, that makes sense, I guess. And he also pointed to a sign on the dashboard that apparently was kind of common in trucks at that time. And it said, "Cash, grass, or ass. No one rides for free."
Oh.
So she said she didn't have any of those things except one, so they had consensual sex in the back.
Okay.
She said he then dropped her off at her destination, and that was it. But she was like, it was definitely Robert Ben Rhoades. I mean, her photo was in his possession.
Yeah.
It's definitely him. Now, a couple of little tidbits at the end. One of his wives said that he would often become aroused when she was suffering. In fact, she was hospitalized with lupus, and he was super turned on by that.
What?
Yeah. Yep. Both the surviving victims, Vanessa and Shauna, said he placed a white towel underneath them before he began torturing them every time.
That's very strange.
Very into white towels.
It's really
and
weird.
they said they found a ton of them in his apartment.
Right, you had said that.
While he was being transferred between prisons, he was able to get the phone number of a waitress while in shackles.
What?
That's how charming he was.
Like, honey, I'm gonna call you from jail?
Like, what? He ended up having a stroke in prison.
Good.
And he now looks like a supervillain. So, like, he doesn't look anything like...
Oh, but he's still alive. He didn't die from the stroke?
He's still alive. He has a stroke, and it paralyzed half his face, so he has kind of like a scary Popeye look at this moment.
Oh.
But
I'm glad it did that to him.
I was going to say, but honestly, if anybody deserves it, he does.
Yeah, 105%.
So that is the story of Robert Ben Rhoades.
That was insane.
The truck stop.
That was like a huge bummer.
It's a big old bummer, but at least he's serving 2 life sentences without the possibility of parole.
I wish, this is going to sound so
he's
crazy.
Close to 70 now, so.
But I totally wish that they could somehow keep you alive for 2 lives.
For 2 whole lives.
So that you had to serve both.
That would be kind of nice.
If anybody could figure that out, just like...
Yeah, because he's close to 70. He's had a stroke.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he's probably going to kick it soon.
Yeah.
But all we can hope is that it's long and drawn out and suffering.
Super hope so.
Because one thing we definitely know is that, I mean, he loved long, drawn out suffering.
So you know what? Maybe he'll like get off on his own death.
Yeah, maybe he will. I hope he doesn't.
I hope so either.
But Regina,
I hope so either.
I hope so either. It's late, guys.
It is.
But unfortunately, it's like Regina K. Walters, that the way she died with the garrote made of baling wire is a very slow and torturous death.
And just her whole entire experience.
Whole experience. The photos are some of the most, and they're not graphic as in like gory or anything.
No, they're
like
just
that.
scary.
They're the most disturbing
because
things you'll ever
it's
see.
unfortunately your mind tries to put together the pieces and like
and
you don't want them to.
And her face is just pure terror.
I gotta go watch Gilmore Girls.
Yeah, it's no good.
This was heavy.
So hope this was everything everybody could have hoped for and more. Sorry that it was so grisly.
Wow, but we had to cover it. You gotta do these people justice.
Yeah, you gotta do it. So I hope that I did this case justice. Unfortunately, there's not a ton about the victims, or I would have gone a little further into them. There's just not a lot of information about them, but I did the best I could.
You did great, sweetie.
So
you're doing amazing.
Thanks so much. So stay tuned next week. We're gonna shout out some Patronuses.
Yes.
And so
in the meantime, hit us up on Instagram at
Morbid Podcast.
Follow us on Twitter,
A Morbid Podcast.
Send us a Gmail,
morbidpodcast@gmail.com.
Join the Facebook group,
Morbid: a true crime podcast group.
hit up our website where you can find all of our merch, live dates for tours, and fun facts about us.
Woohoo! Morbidpodcast.com.
And donate to the Patreon. We'll shout you out at some point.
Yeah, patreon.com/morbidpodcast.
We hope you keep listening.
And we hope you
keep
it weird.
I'm 100% not doing one.
Not so weird that you become a murderous truck driver.
Yep.
Not so weird that you don't just drive your truck.
Just fucking drive, man. Just drive.
Bye.